Okay, well, I'll make this quick. They connect to the
I'm not a nerd,
universe with tentacles in their hair braids, and it makes them be able to ride pterodactyls because they connected their tentacles together. And this girl just figured out how to shortcut it, and she doesn't need her tentacles. She connects to everything in the universe because everything is one.
Because why?
And we all we're all made of star stuff, you know?
Dude, this sounds like the worst. You trying to talk me into it makes me want to see it like way less.
Welcome back to Friends with Benedicts, Breakfast Around the World, the podcast that actually exists now.
Yeah, that's the newest update in the timeline of the podcast.
Dude.
It's public. It's visible.
Yeah, it's weird having this backlog because, I don't know how many episodes we have or what time of year we're posting this, but I figured one of the things that could be fun, because right now it's January 13th for us, Friday the 13th, happy spooky day.
Oh, it's my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Tori.
Oh, cool. Wow, what a great birthday.
Yeah.
I figured we could list our what's in and what's out for 2023. Maybe predictions, maybe what trends are in, what trends are out, something like that.
What a fantastic idea.
Thanks, Shay.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting because I guess we're just going right off the dome, man. Or did you premeditate something?
Well, I got the notes back.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
I premeditated.
Thank God, dude. Last week it felt like we were on a train with no tracks without the notebook. We would finish something and then we'd just be like, yeah.
I know, and we had Play-Doh to distract us, so it was really hard to have
that
any
one
direction.
Felt really brutal. Of all the episodes we recorded, last week's felt really like the most bad to me, but...
Yeah.
Like in retrospect, I just remember being in a daze and thinking like, because that was before we had uploaded anything, and I was really scared of uploading, so I was just in a daze of fear and like doubt and Play-Doh.
Yeah. You're just having an existential crisis while you're playing with Play-Doh, making breakfast foods.
Yeah, it was really a wild one. I'm kind of glad that's over because it took me down a dark hole. Like, it's such a dark place.
You're the only person in the world that can be making bright colored breakfast foods out of Play-Doh.
With one of my best friends in the world.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're just spiraling. Just like, what am I doing with my life? I'm making eggs out of Play-Doh right now. I'm a fraud.
I'm just like this Play-Doh. I just turn into anything anyone wants me to be.
Oh man. Yeah.
So anyway, glad the notes are back.
Yeah. So I probably should have given you some heads up on predictions, but I got another thought. If you need like the background of your brain to think about predictions, I got another thought.
Right.
So I just bought something that I'm really, really excited about. That I don't know why I didn't think to buy earlier. A bigger fog machine. No, unfortunately, I'm still running with the $30 small fog machine. But
rats.
I bought a season pass to a movie theater, and I'm stoked on it. Like,
wow.
I've always loved going to movies because it's so rare that you get that opportunity to just be 100% fully focused on a movie. Like, even when you're watching a movie at home, it's so easy to just, I don't know, like, be on your phone or try to multitask, like, work on a project while you're watching the movie. So movie theaters are so sick because you just fully focus on the movie. So I got this season pass, and all I have to do is go to 2 movies a month to make it worth it. And I'm real stoked on it. But with the season pass, I saw Avatar, and I saw The Whale.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dude.
You're sorry about Avatar?
Yeah, God, holy moly.
Did you see it?
Well, all my friends went to go see it together. Like, it was a big deal. They all went, like, probably, I don't know, probably like 6 of my friends all went at the same time. And I was like, Alec, our buddy Alec's not super responsible, so he was texting me through the movie. And he was just like, this is like the movie Pocahontas mixed with Tarzan, mixed with like all these different movies. And they were in there all day. It literally felt like they never left the movie theater because it's such a long
3.5 hour movie, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't believe, because they went in at 3, and I didn't see them till like almost 7.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me. So yeah, because at first I was planning on going, and then I decided not to. And just the experience, it sounded like a 3.5 movie is for my brain, dude. I'm never gonna see that movie.
Man,
guaranteed, I'm never gonna see that movie.
Well, that's fair. I respect.
Did you like
that.
it?
I like it with qualifiers. And the qualifiers this is why I'm so stoked on movie theaters. If I watched that movie at home, I would just be like, God, this is so long and not that unique of a story. But when you go to see it at a movie theater, it's just like so immersive. You just get lost in this world. Like 100% forget about your real life. Like, you may as well just be in Avatar land for 4 hours of your life. And so that part of it that part of it I loved, dude. It was just like being transported to a fantasy land for 4 hours.
All right.
And I'm guessing Alec didn't like it, but that's Alec's fault for texting you the whole movie. If he wouldn't have been texting you, he would have been lost in fantasy land as well.
Well, he texted... No, I don't know. I think when Alec doesn't like something, he really doesn't like it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what's happening.
Yeah.
But one of the things and granted, I haven't seen the movie, so I'm a third-party movie critic. I don't watch it, I just hear about it. And
you take the shortest route to hating something possible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
the quickest way I can talk shit about something.
Yeah, exactly. Which, thank God, because he shortcutted it real fast for me.
Yeah.
And that is, he mentioned the fact that one of the characters, like their daughter or something, just has magic powers, and they never explain why they have magic powers.
Yeah, dude.
Or anything.
Because she's a hybrid human avatar lady, and she's really good at meditating and stuff, so she basically took mushrooms and became connected to the entire avatar sphere.
Nice, that's really cool. No, okay, here's
cool, she can like control plants and stuff.
Wow! I gotta see it. No, here's the thing. Here's my, I think I actually know this is a hot take, and it's okay that I know a lot of people don't agree with me on this, but for me, dude, no more magic. No more magic. I'm done with magic. Forever. No more magic.
Yeah.
Because I am so sick of watching a movie and getting halfway through it, and the plot gets tangled into this web where you're just like, they're never going to be able to untangle this. Like, there's no way. And you're expecting, deep down in the back of your brain, you're expecting them to, like, pull out some incredible back door that you had no idea existed. And the writing, like, blows your mind. Yeah. But instead, they're just like, oh, they can see through walls now.
Okay.
And it always just feels like this stupid cop-out. Like, it's always like, I don't know. I'm just sick of magic. Someone write something that could happen for the love of God. Yeah. It's so rare.
Okay. I'm with you. I understand
and
that.
Sorry, there's a difference, too, between like, surrealism, like creating a world that, like, feels like and then just, like, a superpower that solves the plot hole. That's what I hate.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think that's fair. I don't think that's exactly...
You like Avatar, dude. You're not with me.
I don't think that's exactly what happens in Avatar.
It is.
God. I wasn't trying to act like a fanboy for this movie, but now I have to be. Because the whole thing with Avatar is they, like, connect their hair braids to animals and stuff, So it's like, it's about the interconnectedness of all things. And so... it wasn't just full magic. It was just like she took it one step further.
It was also hair braid.
You haven't seen the first Avatar?
God, no.
Oh my God, you haven't seen any Avatar at all. Okay, well, I'll make this quick. They connect to
I'm not a nerd,
universe with tentacles in their hair braids, and it makes them be able to ride pterodactyls because they connected their tentacles together. And this girl just figured out how to shortcut it, and she doesn't need her tentacles. She connects to everything in the universe because everything is one.
Because why?
And we're all made of star stuff, you know?
Dude, this sounds like the worst. You trying to talk me into it makes me want to see it like way less.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. I didn't realize there were tentacles that connected it.
I did not want to come into this as the Avatar fanboy because my whole point was the movie is fine. But the cool thing about it is just getting lost in a world. But anyway, that's not the point. I did not come in here to be an Avatar fanboy. What I really came in here to be was a fanboy of The Whale. Did you see The Whale?
No, I haven't seen The Whale. I've only read reviews.
Oh, perfect. We'll just keep talking about
so I know
movies that I've seen and you haven't, but you can be the expert.
I've heard about.
Well, this is why I went on that rant about Avatar in the first place, because The Whale takes place in one room with maybe 5 characters, and it is gripping. It is so captivating. That's awesome. Equally lost in that movie as I was in Avatar, and that's the most exciting thing in the world, when you can just have one room with 5 characters and all it was good writing and good acting, and you're just fully invested. So beautiful.
Yeah, we might be on the same side after all, because that's why I was most interested in seeing that movie in the first place. I haven't seen it, but I'm fully intending on seeing it.
Man.
But that's really good to hear, because Avatar was a $2 billion movie that to me just sounds like the most enormous waste of time I've ever heard of. But
yeah. Well,
I hate the magical. No more magic.
No, magic is canceled.
It's over.
Man, well, I guess
I'm sure at the end of the Whale, he drinks some sort of special coffee that helps him learn to love differently, and then he also can fly, and then his weight doesn't matter anymore. I'm sure that's how it ends.
Oh my god.
That's basically how I picture Avatar.
For anyone who has seen The Whale, we're dying inside right now. I'm not going to say anything because I'm not spoiling it, but now you really have to see it.
Okay.
There might be some magic. Right. There might be a little magic in The Whale.
God, of course there is.
No, there's not. But he does drink some magic coffee that makes him fly and fall in love.
Yeah, okay, I'm sure. I'm not surprised. Well, okay, but then I feel like a gray area, which this movie hasn't even come out yet, but it's already my favorite movie.
Oh, no.
Guaranteed. I can already tell you it's my favorite movie. Did you watch the trailer?
I forgot to watch the trailer.
Oh my god. Well, I guess I can't criticize.
It's okay, I heard you talk about it, so I'm an expert on it now.
What kind of cards are you playing here, man? This is supposed to be fun.
Sorry. Tell me about it. I actually haven't heard anything about it or watched the trailer. So enlighten me.
Okay. Well, it's the new Ari Aster movie, and Ari Aster is the guy who directed both Hereditary and Midsommar, or however you say it. And his past movies super dark. So I'm expecting this one to also be pretty dark. But it stars Joaquin Phoenix, so it's pretty much already bound to be an absolute banger.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, I've probably watched the trailer over 10 times now. It's so good. But from what I understand, the premise, and I'm sure it'll take all kinds of twists and turns, but it sounds like the premise of the movie is a guy with schizophrenia who's trying to leave. Oh, by the way, it's Beau is Afraid. This is all Beau is Afraid. But it's a guy with schizophrenia who's trying to leave his apartment to go visit his mom. But then it seems like all of the anxieties and the worries and the fears he has all sort of like happen, but you can't tell like what's real and what's fake.
Oh, whoa.
But it's it looks like it's the story is told through the lens of this this theatric sort of like high school theater style.
Oh,
like
whoa.
Cardboard walls, and I don't know.
Like
you have to
that's the
see
visual style of it.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But the thing that looks so interesting is like, I know I say no more magic, but this, and I haven't seen the movie yet, even though it's my favorite movie. But it really looks like it's like they're taking something that's like. The movie's not even out yet, but it sure looks like they're taking something that exists, like mental illness and schizophrenia and all that sort of stuff, and then they're portraying it through this like stylized, whimsical, crazy, off the wall.
Wow.
And it just looks so captivating.
Yeah.
It looks right up my alley.
Jeez, yeah. Just from that description, that sounds like Shaffer Nickel for sure. Like,
dude, the trailer looks like I've been again in a whole new spiral this week because I'm just like, even the movie's not even out, and I've just been like, I'm never gonna make anything as good as that movie. That movie's really good.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. Once again, it makes sense that you would shit on a movie you've never seen and then have your favorite movie be one you've only seen the trailer of, and then also have an existential spiral because your favorite movie that you saw just the trailer of makes you realize that you won't make a movie that good.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty on brand. I didn't really love the light the last 30 minutes is painting me in here.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm being extra hard on you.
You cornered me.
I cornered you.
You knew I didn't want to talk about Avatar.
No, I did not.
Avatar,
hey,
dude. Avatar.
Hey, listen. At least you didn't get painted as an Avatar fanboy.
You have a movie pass. You could have seen any of the movies that are out right now. You chose Avatar.
Listen. I only brought it up to say I love the whale. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said anything.
Even if we disagree about something, even if it seems like Jake and I are having whatever, a serious disagreement, whatever, you don't have to worry because we have a big, long, squishy tentacle that connects both of our hearts. That can't be broken. We're one.
I really thought, that's hilarious. I really thought where you were going with that was, even if me and Shaffer seem like we're disagreeing, getting a little heated, don't worry, because we're not actually friends. We're just business partners.
We're just business partners. We have a strictly business squishy tentacle that connects both of our email accounts.
Oh my god. Yeah, exactly.
So don't worry about us. We're gonna be fine.
Well, and
the context of that is one time, I'm sure I've said this before on the podcast, but it stuck with me because Jake once told me, friends come and go, business is forever. Let's get down to business.
And we've been business partners ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, anytime I make fun of you, it's basically because I'm essentially the exact same way, and I'm making fun of myself just as much because I have that same feeling where if I see something really good, that's usually one of the first thoughts is like, I'll never make anything that good.
Yeah.
I'm
Dude,
garbage.
It's not good. I know. Well, I also just watched, again, the trailer for the movie of, I forget the guy's actual name, but he's the guy that directed The Revenant and Birdman, and he came out with a new movie that looks way more abstract than some of his other stuff. I'm excited to see it for sure. The trailer looks really good. But what was I gonna say? I watched an interview with him, and he lived in Mexico City just wanting to make movies until he was like 36 or 37, I think, and then didn't move to LA to make movies until he was like in his 40s, I think, or late 30s.
Oh wow.
And he worked with freaking Leo. So
Dang.
there's still hope. You can still make some good.
Yeah, seriously. You can still make something good. Meanwhile, there's freaking Danny Gewurz at like 20.
No, we don't talk about Danny
We don't
Gewurz.
talk about Danny.
I think that's how both Quentin Tarantino and Wes Anderson were too. I think they both made their first movies when they were in their 20s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I took your bright side and then just tanked it, talking about people that make
thanks,
movies
Jake.
in their 20s. No, dude, but honestly, like, man, I'm so stoked for Danny. Like, that's like he just posted a video saying that he finished the final cut or whatever. It's going off to sound and color now. So like,
wow,
sheesh, what a freaking accomplishment. That's been so sick to follow, and like,
I know.
You just know that movie is gonna be amazing.
I know. I'm really, really, really excited. I can't wait to see the trailer.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'll let you know how the movie is.
I don't really watch movies. I don't know if it's obvious or not, but I don't really watch movies all that much.
Yeah.
I'm not a big movie goer.
Wow. That's interesting. I think I definitely lost touch with movies. I think culturally we've moved way more towards episodic things. It's not like, I don't think you even watch that much TV episode stuff, but culturally I feel like we've moved away from movies and there's way more interest in episodic series. But man, I'm falling back in love with movies right now.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So yeah.
Like Avatar.
Oh, cool. You like movies. Wow. That's like people. It's like people who, when you ask what they're into, they're like, "Oh, I really like music," and it's like, yeah, no shit. Every human being on Earth likes music.
We were gonna get along. I just, you know why? You know why? It's because I can't. If movies are a dark alleyway, I can't get from one end of the alleyway to the other without getting stabbed by magic. There's no point anymore, dude. It's like every movie. It's like, oh god, I hate. No more magic.
Well, that's a good segue. It sounds like
magic's out.
Yeah, magic is out. 2023, no more magic.
Yeah, no more magic. Next topic.
You know what else is out in 2023? Looping short videos where people will say something like, they'll say, magic is out in 2023. You will see a lot of movies that contain magic, and I'm tired of magic. And then the video ends with, and that's why. And then it moves back to the video.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm not dumb. I know I'm watching the same thing.
You get to the end, and it ends with, and that's why. And you instantly know it's a freaking ploy to try to get you to watch it a bunch of times.
I like the thought that there's just this massive population of the world that's just stuck in a TikTok loop. They like watch one of those looping videos and they just can't escape. They're like, I'll get back to work when this video ends.
Oh my gosh.
I'll feed the kids when the video ends. But it hasn't ended yet.
Yeah. Yeah. And I say that, and then I instantly worry about anyone listening who's sad because they've made one of those videos that ends with, and that's why. But here's the thing.
Hey, it just went out of style.
Just now in 2023. And also, like, I say that knowing that I have done so many ridiculous things that you just kind of do because the internet is doing, and then you're like, why did I do that? I feel like that looping trend is one of those things. I hope it ends. But hey, if you love doing looping videos that end with, and that's why, that's fine.
That's fine for Jake.
It's not fine for Shave.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. It is just kind of like whatever's happening, you kind of just like, it's hard not to think that's just sort of the way of the world. But I think that's a good one. I think that's a good one to leave behind because it kind of, whenever, I think the big problem with it really, if I was to pick an actual problem with it, is it just makes me feel like whoever's making it thinks I'm as dumb as a rock.
Yeah, totally.
I don't like feeling like I'm dumb when I watch something.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
because I it's like giving your time to watch a video is a generous thing already. So I don't want to feel like I got ripped off, or not ripped off, but insulted by the fact that I don't know it's a looping video.
Yeah, exactly. Any of those scams or hacks or tricks to get people to watch videos, those are all out. Like, there's just so many of those, like, stick around at the end of the video because this is gonna happen, or any of those hacks that are strictly there to get you to watch is just like, it's so tired at this point because there's an abundance of videos, there's abundance of things to watch. So I don't, like you're just saying, I don't need to be treated like I'm stupid. I don't need to be tricked into watching a video. I'm gonna watch a video because it's good. Yeah, agreed. I have another thing that's out this year. Okay. This might be a little bit specific. Oh yeah, carry on. Before you do that, I'll just say, like, the converse to that out of, like, hacks and tricks to get people watching. What's in is just good quality stuff. Yeah, like, totally. Like, we're no longer in the phase of online videos where frequency of posting matters. I don't think frequency matters at all. I think it's all down to quality because there's so many people making things that you don't really just follow one person's entire journey. You just watch, like, the cream of the crop. Yeah. So anyway, quality's in, scams are out. And honestly, like, the shorts format probably has a lot to do with that. Like, people just don't care as much about following people as much as they just like watching things that, like, actually matter to you or get a reaction out of you or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with that. And man, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if it was only graded on the quality and, like, how much thought you, whatever. I don't know. It'd be cool if that was the case. Yeah. So I'm with you on that one. So what's out this year big time is camera. And this is a pretty niche one. I feel like this one's definitely down the YouTuber hole, but the YouTuber rabbit hole. You had to say YouTuber hole just as I was taking a sip of coffee. Yeah, whoops, that's not what I meant. All right, let's go down the YouTube hole. Deep in the YouTuber hole. But camera features, don't care this year. Yeah. 4K, 120, whatever, don't care. Yeah. Doesn't matter anymore. I'm over it. I'm so with you. Because, man, I used to be the biggest consumer of just tech stuff. Like, when it came to cameras and microphones and filters and adapters and tripods and all that stuff, and, like, everyone's trying to solve a bunch of problems that at this point I've just realized don't really exist. Yeah. Because if you have a camera that shoots 1080 and ideally in 10-bit, for me that's important, for a lot of other people it's not, then 24 frames per second, that's all you need. Yeah. You can make something awesome with that. Absolutely. You don't need 6 axes of image stabilization. You just need a tripod. Your tripod doesn't need to weigh 0 pounds. Absolutely. Man, especially when I've always been like 10 steps behind you in this regard, but especially when you continue to fall in love with a film look or a more nostalgic look, like in your case, you're just going to be slightly blurring that image and covering it with grain, so who cares if it's 4K or not. And that's a stylistic choice that I feel like even that is, like, overboard of what's even necessary. It's like at this point it's like anything you can capture a video with is fine. Yeah.
The phone. I mean, I know this is like almost a cliche at this point, but your phone camera is better than any camera you were able to use back when T3i was the industry standard of YouTube. It's like you can do whatever you want now.
Totally.
The rules are there's no more rules. There's no more boundaries.
Yeah.
You can film with anything. It looks great.
Yeah, absolutely. And really weird random side note on that. I hate how much computer I
hate how much computer there is.
I hate computers. I hate computational photography, computational video. Like, that's the one thing about filming with a phone that really bothers me, is how much it tries to adjust colors and light to make it what you think. It makes what it thinks you want it to look like. That I hate. I just want the camera to like capture the closest to what's actually there, not try to make it look different than it actually is.
I have also like, I don't mind that it looks like phone video. I kind of almost want it to look like a phone video. And because a phone video is kind of a little bit like, it's kind of a little bit like the old Super 8 thing now. Like when it looks like it was filmed on an iPhone 5, it kind of already feels nostalgic.
Yeah.
And the nostalgia thing is like what's really popping right now anyway. So a really good example of this is there's a Vimeo staff pick called Know This. You should look it up.
Ooh, okay.
It's really good. It was filmed, it's just a video made from a guy's, I think it was an iPhone 5, just his iCloud, just videos he's taken over the years that were like saved to his iCloud. And he puts a voiceover to it, and it's stunning. It's beautiful. It's such a good video.
Oh, wow.
And part of what makes it so good is the fact that it looks like a phone video. That's why it's good.
Yeah.
So I don't need fake. Yeah, like I agree. The really bad one is the fake depth of field. That just never looks good.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's, dude, iPhone 5, iPhone 6, those look so much better to me than the current ones. Like, now that I've used it more. And I mean, maybe it's just a software update. Maybe they all do it now. But yeah, the fake blurry background looks like garbage. The way it tries to do skin smoothing is terrible. I hate that it automatically does skin smoothing, stuff like that. But that's a whole.
And I like a good old fashioned super pixely magenta sun flare. That's like a staple of the phone video.
Yeah,
and I love it.
Totally. Yeah, with the...
And like when you pointed at the sun, in the middle of the sun is just a black square.
Yeah, yeah. And the flare's just this weird like line sideways.
Yeah. Phone video is great. So yeah, I agree. Computational video, out.
Out. Phone video in. Computational video out. That's very contradictory, but I'll take it.
Sure.
I'll tell you what's out for 2023. Skateboarding. Done. It's out. It's not cool anymore.
No.
It's canceled.
No.
But I think that's a good thing. I think it's gotten...
Really?
I think it's...
You really actually think... You think it's hit critical mass?
I think when Thrasher collabed with Lacoste, that was the end of skateboarding. Skateboarding, out for 2023. But that does mean we're at the opportune window for fingerboarding to be in 2023. It's going to be huge, dude. It's going to be cooler than skateboarding. Nija's not going to matter anymore. It's just going to be...
There's going to be a finger Nija.
Slush God. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. What was... Oh, yeah. So Jake's New Year's resolution, I think we talked about it, was to start a fingerboard Instagram page. And so you know who the new Nija is Jake Fingers.
Yeah, Jake Fingers. Yeah, basically that whole thing was a setup to say that fingerboarding is in for 2023. I definitely don't think skateboarding is out.
Okay.
It just was a setup. It was all a ploy.
I get it. I got you. I see. I got bamboozled again. Yeah, I think because we've both gotten into finger skateboarding, me a little bit more reluctantly, I've sort of been dragged along on your bandwagon.
Oh, don't act like you were dragged along. You've been stoked
hold on. Wait, whoa. Wait till what I have to say.
Okay.
Wait till what I have to say. Because at first, my perception of fingerboarding was the video of the kid with the half pipe and the backwards hat.
Yeah.
That's like how I've always pictured it. And then when we started doing it, I think the thing that makes fingerboarding so cool is it just goes with you everywhere. And it's such an easy way to have a bunch of laughs, to have a bunch of fun.
Yeah.
And then to also, like, when you do something that's actually difficult, like, you do get a little sense of accomplishment. And yet it just fits in your pocket.
Yeah. It's essentially, I don't remember who called us out on it, but it's essentially just a fidget toy. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah.
But
fidget toys don't really have, like, the whole, like, skill and community thing.
Yeah, that's true. And that sounds so dumb to say, but it's so true. And the community thing, man, there's an avid community of people that love fingerboarding, and it's not even like, for us, there's still a recognition that it's funny. I think when you're fully in the community, it's not even funny. It's just like, it's live. Me and my friends stand around a table, and it's a great way to hang out, and it's really fun, and we're impressed with each other's tricks, and I love it.
I was shocked by how many people hand make boards.
Yeah.
There's so many people that, like, hand make boards and trucks, and they'll shave down actual skate wheels into tiny little urethane fingerboard wheels, and it's pretty wild.
Dude, yeah, it's my Dungeons and Dragons. I finally found my own version of Dungeons and Dragons, because I've always loved the people that are into Dungeons and Dragons, but I've just never gotten into it myself. But the people that are into it, like, just, I don't know, it's such a craft of painting these tiny models and putting all this time into this super in-depth game that's story-based and all of that. I think it's beautiful. And now I've found fingerboarding, where I can spend time building tiny skate parks.
Dude, yeah, it's awesome. I think we've also talked about this on the podcast, or maybe this was off podcast, but I know one of my phases as I get older is I'm going to start making, and this is down the road, this is probably like, I don't know, this is not 20-year-old shape, but I'm going to start making those full-on, like, mini-scale model cities. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Because that sounds awesome.
Wow.
Dude, you could just, like, Beetlejuice style.
I don't remember.
You know Beetlejuice, where they have the upstairs in the... Yeah. Remember Beetlejuice lives in, like, the little, like, upstairs diorama of the town.
I think I was too scared of Beetlejuice when I was little, so I didn't watch it.
Oh, watch the trailer.
Oh, okay. That'll enlighten me. I'll know exactly what you mean.
No, but I think dioramas are actually, like, secretly, I actually think they're really cool. It looks like a good time. And fingerboarding has real diorama sort of energy, I guess.
Deal. I'll make mini skate parks. You make the mini city that surrounds the mini skate park, and we'll just have our own little world.
You'll be Finger Nija, I'll be Finger Ty Evans, and I'll make a little finger gimbal and camera rig.
Yeah. Oh, and we can connect our tentacle ponytails while we do it, so that we're in unison.
Dude, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Now we're talking.
Oh my god.
Well, let's go.
What is this podcast about?
I don't know.
I don't know why. I don't know who's out there, or why you're listening to two idiots talking about tiny cities and fingerboards. But we appreciate you being here.
Meaning it. That's the thing that's so scary. When we were talking about the community of fingerboarding, I almost laughed because I realized I meant it.
I know.
Oh well.
I guess we're losers.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We're not
Yeah,
losers.
true.
It's cool. Anything that you love and there's a community behind, that's awesome. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't care who thinks it's lame or not. If you love doing something and it connects you to other people that love doing that, like, man, lean into that, because that's special and rare.
Dude, I don't know what I'm gonna tell my community of people that love ending TikTok videos by looping them.
Hey, you keep that looping community going. I will not be watching.
Loopers.
I will not be watching or subscribing to any loopers. But if that's your thing and you love doing it, you keep making loops.
All right. It's kind of a backtrack on what we said earlier, but
Yeah.
it's out.
It's out.
Unless you like it.
Crypto's out, I hope.
Oh yeah, dude. My God, I hope so.
Because
I love watching it burn, though. I'm gonna miss the downfall.
yeah,
It's been so fun.
Yeah, totally.
As someone who, it's not that I'm trying to say I saw this coming, because I definitely didn't see this coming. But as someone who's been standing on the outside looking in the whole time, this is like freaking nicotine, baby.
Yeah, it is.
I'm watching the whole thing burn. Every time I get a hit of it, I'm like, yeah, what else? What else can we take down?
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, Bitcoin, Ethereum, burn them down.
Dude, it's so therapeutic because, especially during the NFT craze, when everyone was buying pictures of monkeys and stuff,
And they would not let you believe that it wasn't the future.
Exactly.
If you said that if you didn't think it was going anywhere, you were an idiot. And now I'm just like, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. Because the whole time you're like, this doesn't make sense. This is stupid. Like, why would this have value? But then you start thinking you're crazy because all of those people are like, you just don't get it yet. Like, you're gonna be regretting it. And so that's why it's so therapeutic now. Of like, okay, I wasn't crazy. It does not make sense to spend $100,000 on a picture of a monkey.
Yeah.
Thank God.
A video that I watched recently, and I'm sure by talking about crypto, we are inviting a whole group of people with different opinions.
Yeah.
So, hey, if crypto's your thing, that's okay.
If you find a community of people that love buying $100,000 pictures of monkeys,
Yeah, exactly. That's all
that's
you, man.
awesome.
But with that said, there was something I saw that was really interesting. That was just like, crypto works if you use it for what it was intended to be used for, which was a alternative to fiat currency. But instead, it was just this investment. Like, people only bought crypto hoping whatever line would go up, and then some sucker would value it more than they did, and then you would get out. It was almost. I mean, at the height of it, it was never seen as something where it was like, I'm going to use this to carry out a transaction.
Totally.
Like, that's and so the value of it existed when that's what it was.
Yeah.
But then when it was just this crazy pumped up investment thing, like, that's where it all kind of fell apart. And I'm no expert on it or whatever, but I do think when you invest in something just for the sake of it being valuable as opposed to being useful, that can only go so far.
Yeah, dude, the whole point of currency is to stay consistent. A change in the value of currency is inherently bad. That's a terrible thing. You want currency to keep the same consistent value. So yeah, it's just like...
And if you don't think that's true, think about how often we complain about inflation.
Yeah, exactly. So, I brought that up, saying crypto's out, because I was trying to think of what's coming. Like, obviously, we've, I think, briefly talked about it before. The point is, like, there is absolutely technology behind all of this and innovation behind all of this that's for sure sticking around and going to change a lot of things. It just hasn't fully manifested in what is going to stick around yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what's next in crypto. AI is certainly...
I was going to say fear of AI is in.
yeah. It is not slowing down anytime soon.
I want to actually see something. I'll do my best to show this to the camera, or maybe I can edit this into the episode.
Yeah.
But I've been playing around, obviously just like everyone, with DALL-E 2, which is an absolute insane software. But listen to what I typed in, okay?
Do you still have to...
I'll show you what popped out.
Okay, deal.
Huh?
Do you still have to get, like, invited or special access to
So
Dolly?
2, you just need to sign up. You just sign up with an email.
Nice, okay.
And then they use your personal information to build the AI script that's going to
destroy you.
Melt all of society down. So,
Perfect.
But anyway, I typed in to Dolly, which is an image generating AI. An angry 1970s kids show character with a fuzzy chest and a plastic ceramic face wearing a big felt hat in the style of 35mm film photography.
Whoa.
That's what I typed in, okay? And yeah, hopefully I'll remember to edit this in, but this is what popped up.
No way. Oh my God, that is beautiful.
And I wish maybe I'll text it to you or something, because the detail of this is just like absurd. Like you can see the hairs of the felt. It's so awesome. And there are things like this that actually kind of excite me about the whole AI thing, because it's like in a million years, I wouldn't have been able to come up with this.
Yeah.
And if I have if I'm starting like a puppet theater, I don't know. It's like the amount of just like things this unlocks in your creative processes. It's like you don't have to copy it, but you can at least get ideas from it and say like, oh, I like his pink sunflower vest that he's wearing.
Totally.
You know, like
That's
it kind
awesome.
of shortcuts. It kind of shortcuts some things, or at least because like creativity is sort of just a big accumulation of inspiration anyway. It's all different things you've seen put into your subconscious, and it almost shortcuts the subconscious. It's like you can type in exactly what you hope it looks like, and then just take inspiration. Instead of taking it from other people's work, you can take it from this big gumbo of all things that have ever been created, which is, I don't know, there's parts of it that excite me for sure.
Yeah, that part of it is really exciting. Like using it as a tool that jumpstarts your work and jumpstarts your creativity. I love that concept. You know, same with Chat GPT. If it's something that kind of starts getting the ball rolling for you, that's really cool. There's a lot of stuff that's scary about it and kind of like bums me out to talk about too much. But I will always be optimistic in the beauty of the human spirit, and and I hope I'm not wrong, and I don't think I'm wrong, but I think there will always be like an element of humanity that a computer just can't replicate.
Sure.
Because it's only taking from humanity to replicate it. Like it can't actually create humanity out of nothing. It needs humanity as like the baseline.
No, definitely. And something I was talking to my mom about it actually, and I was like, essentially, you know, one way to look at it would be they invented a cure to writer's block. You know, if you have severe writer's block, there's like a literal cure now.
Oh, that's
you can just
cool
type
way to
stuff
look
in and
at
get
it.
things rolling. Or, I don't know. I look there. The idea of like the advancement of creativity. I think the people who really learn to use this and let it motivate whatever their work is, I think there's certainly a possibility where it ruins everyone's party and makes it not fun to make things anymore. But I also think there's a possibility where it's just like it unlocks so many of these huge barriers that you have in the creative process. It's just like this, I don't know, just a huge database of options when it comes to like, okay, well, where should I go from here? Now you have this essentially library of things that have never been created or seen by anyone before to take you in a direction that no one's ever gone before. So hopefully that expands the creative world and makes it so that we're doing stuff that's never been seen or done before.
Yeah,
but
totally.
You know, I don't know if that's possible.
Dude, it's almost like you have this whole universe of art and creativity, like this whole fantasy world, and you can like connect to it with I don't know, like tentacles or ponytail or something, and you're like connected into this whole creative world, and then you gain like access to that whole world, and you can start to shape artwork shape things outside of yourself with that connection. Like, it's a little bit like magic, a little bit. You know?
I can't go anywhere without magic stabbing me in the back. No more magic. There's actually another really good Vimeo staff pick called, I think it's called Captains of Spaceship Earth, and it's directed by, or edited by, Leonardo de Lissandri, which is the same guy who made Watchtower of Turkey.
Oh, whoa.
And this is obviously pre-AI, but he's talking about the social connectivity, because this is like early social media that this video was made. And the guy has a very similar sort of outlook on it. He's like, yeah, there's this bigger spaceship, right? Like we're all on this spaceship, but like I said, it's called Captains of Spaceship Earth. But he's like, just because there's a big complicated spaceship doesn't mean you're not the captain of the spaceship. Like, you get to pick where it goes. So another recommendation.
Oh,
that's
wow.
a really good one too.
Whoa. What was that one called?
I think it's called Captains of Spaceship Earth. I'm pretty sure. And whoever narrates it, I don't know. I don't know what happened to that guy or who he was. So,
Wow.
to cover my own bases, just because you never know these days, I don't know if the guy who narrates it has had any scandals or anything. But at the time of viewing, based on what I know about the guy and the guy that edited it, it's a really cool video.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that continues our trend of not Googling anything on this podcast, so that's fine.
Yeah. Perfect.
That also is great, because I didn't even have to ask you yet. We've already gotten 2 Shaffer's picks of the week. We got...
Oh, I already thought of this. I got this.
Oh, okay. Well, first we got
And it's different.
And we got Captains of Spaceship Earth. So we got 2 bonus Shaffer's pick, but what's the actual Shaffer's pick of the week?
Shaffer's pick of the week. Shaffer's pick of the week.
The actual Shaffer's pick is a little bit different, because I actually sort of anticipated talking about how camera functions and features are out this year. And I wanted to talk about the fact that, like I said, I used to watch all those videos. I used to watch all the camera reviews. There are some channels, though, that no matter what they review or what they talk about, whether it be features or bit depth or frame rates or whatever, there are some channels I will always still watch. And it kind of seems like Jesse's going in a cool new direction. At least he did with this Hawaii video. So I don't know if that's what he's doing forever. But I'll always watch Jesse Driftwood for the rest of my life. I'll always watch Jesse Driftwood as long as he's making videos.
Yeah.
But the other channel that I've been watching lately, and this is different from Shaffer's Picks, because usually Shaffer's Picks are outside YouTube world. But there's a channel that's really small that's in the camera niche called The Glass Eye. Have I sent you the Glass Eye videos?
I don't think so.
Okay, this guy is really, really, really sick. I'm a big fan of this guy, because what he does, he's big into classic cars, and I don't care about classic cars. I couldn't care less about classic cars.
Yeah.
But because he's into classic cars, his whole background is of design and aesthetic and the experience of using something. So like when he's talking about classic cars, it's like, driving a Porsche may not be functionally any different from driving any other car, but the design of the car and the way it all fits together is like this very unique sort of experience. So he talks about cameras the same way. So he'll talk about he mostly shoots on Fujifilm cameras, but he talks more about like the experience of shooting with a camera and the design of the camera and the aesthetic of the camera and like whatever, the colors and the tones and everything. And it feels so fresh.
Oh, cool.
And he just seems like a good guy. Like, I don't know anything about him, but he just seems like a good guy. So every video he uploads, I always watch, and they don't get a lot of views compared to a lot of the other camera channels. And even though, I'm smaller than him, but I do think his content's worth checking out. I think he deserves a shout out.
Yeah,
because it's so good.
The Glass Eye. I'll definitely check it out. Are his thumbnails by chance? Do they always have like red characters on it, like red glyphics or something?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. I found him because he made a video with the red Komodo, which I have.
Oh.
But when I was shopping for a red Komodo, he made like a classic car video with it.
Oh, okay.
And then made a video, and then he made a video about like the experience of shooting on the Komodo, and that's actually what ended up getting me to buy the cameras, because he doesn't talk about the camera so much as he talks about the experience of shooting with the camera.
Cool.
Which is so much more fun.
Yeah. Do you shoot your YouTube videos on that camera?
It depends. Like obviously New York City, which by the way, finished New York City video.
No way.
Up on Monday.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, so I'm stoked on that.
Wow.
But anyway, like New York City, like there's no way I'd be able to travel with the batteries, and I mean it's just way too much stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean when it comes to like travel stuff, no way. And then usually when I shoot in my apartment, it's pretty dimly lit in here.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's Super 35 size sensor, and it's not great in low light. So I'm in my apartment, I almost always shoot with my FX3. But then if I'm outside, like basically outside in Gunnison anywhere, I always shoot on the red.
So like the swing set shots, were those on the red?
Well, those had to be in slow-mo. There was the slow motion one,
okay.
so I shot that on the FX3.
Okay, gotcha.
But I don't know. It really is. I would say my videos are probably 30% red,
okay,
and then the rest of it's on the FX3. And I want to shoot on it more. I need to build it into a smaller size. So I mean, this is all very nerdy, but they make so the Komodo has this screen on top, right? And so it can be used as a viewfinder, but it's a little bit too small. Well, this company made this thing where you can put a Hasselblad magnifying thing. Like, Hasselblads are basically bricks.
Yeah.
And then they have that magnifying glass on top.
Yeah.
So you can adapt that to the Komodo.
Oh, whoa. That's sick.
But they're really expensive because anything from... So it's you can literally put the Hasselblad magnifying glass on it.
Oh,
it's not like a red one or anything. So I'm going to get one of those. And then I'm going to get some smaller batteries and stuff because I want to shoot on that camera way more.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, God, it's so beautiful. When I talk about the only thing that matters to me, like it doesn't have stabilization. It doesn't have hardly any slow motion that's worth using. It just says 24 frames per second and insane dynamic range.
Yeah.
And it's so fun to shoot.
That's so
Because
sick.
you literally just set it up. Also, Red has a... Sorry, I'm rambling.
No, that's great.
But Red
Only
has
the
a
real
patent
ones are
on-
left at this point anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, if you ever have shot raw photos and you know how much more of a benefit there is to raw photos, raw video is the same way. And Red has a patent on their specific flavor of raw, and so Red Code Raw makes it so you can change the white balance after the fact. And I don't think there's any other raw that actually lets you do that.
Oh, whoa! I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so I just stick it in 5600 Kelvin, and then if it looks good or bad, I can just change it. I can literally change the recorded white balance. It's so awesome.
Sick. And that also makes me realize I should pay more attention to white balance because I'm usually like, whatever, I can fix it in post.
Yeah. Yeah, you can fix it to an extent. If you're really off, then your image starts to fall apart. But it's so sweet because someone had told me that shot on Red before that I was talking to before I bought that camera and I was shopping for it. They were like, the thing about the camera is you can just put it on a tripod and hit record and have all your settings wrong and you could still make it look good because you can just change it.
Oh wow, yeah.
So
dang,
it's a great camera. I love that thing so much. And the more and actually the Glass Eye is one of those guys that has helped me see it this way. Like, the more I treat it like shooting on a Hasselblad camera, where it's like everything I shoot is expensive because it takes up a ton of space. So I have to think about it. I have to put thought into it. And like, it just feels like all the footage I get off of it feels more valuable to me than any other camera. So
that's really
that's
sick.
the only like tech camera thing that I've spent money on recently that I just feel like is worth every penny. It's awesome. I love that thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm kind of starting to get to that point with my Blackmagic, the 6K Pro, and it probably is a similar ratio. I mean, recently maybe it's like a 20% Blackmagic, 80% Sony FX3, but I totally understand what you're saying because that camera, like the footage takes a ton of space and the battery life is abysmal. So if I use it, especially outside, it's like you got to think really hard about it because you're going to run out of space really fast and you're going to run out of battery life really, really fast. So that forces me to use it way more intentionally. And also, like, my God, is the image out of that camera just so beautiful. I like really want to use it more, but I have to plan and think about it in order to use it more.
Dude, shooting raw video is so similar to shooting 35 millimeter film photos. It's like, it takes just as much forethought, because you're like, okay, if I'm going to hit record for 20 seconds, it's going to be 2 gigabytes basically. Which is absurd. And so you shoot like you shoot film, and at first it's annoying, but the more you do it, the more you get hooked on it. And it makes me just wish so bad, or hope so bad, that someday I'll be able to shoot on 16 millimeter or 35 millimeter actual film. Because it's just like that same thrill, but it's like on steroids. And also just the design of the camera is just so fun, because part of, and again, this all goes back to the glass eye. Like, sometimes you look at a camera like a Nikon F3, which is like one of those old school 35 millimeter cameras with the prism, so you can like take the top off and you can look down and you can see through the prism at what you're shooting. Or the Canon AE1, which is the quintessential 35 millimeter camera. They were like works of art, and they were built like tanks. And when you go into like a thrift store and you hold one, you're just like, this feels good. I don't know why. This just like feels good. I think it's the same reason Peter McKinnon likes his new Leica. It's because it's built to enjoy, not only to shoot, but it's built to enjoy.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm when it comes to shooting, I'm just chasing that feeling now of just like, I want to enjoy this. And Sony's menu systems and Sony's button layout and the microphone, God, dude, I don't enjoy it.
I have never hated using a camera more than the Sony FX3. I'm stoked at what it can do, but I hate using it.
Agreed. Fully agreed. Yeah, if it wasn't for the low light on that thing, there's no way I would use it.
Yeah, totally.
And the image looks really good.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of comparable to my red, which is frustrating.
Wow, that's wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, dude, for me at least, like 2023 is about like planned out, like high quality stuff. Obviously, I'm still going to have casual YouTube videos equally, but definitely focusing more on like quality, planned out shoots, shots. Yeah, I'm stoked on that right now.
Dude, I fully agree. In fact, as much as I've loved editing this New York City video, I'm kind of at the end of my rope when it comes to just trying to find a story in random footage, because while I'm editing, I'm like, dang, if I did this over again, I would have planned like X, Y, or Z. But when you go on trips and you're doing like travel videos, you can't really plan anything that happens, really, for the most part, unless you're really on top of it. But man, I enjoy it so much more. Same way I enjoy shooting on that camera. It's like I like thinking that I meant to do this.
Yeah.
Because so many of my videos just feel like,
yeah.
As opposed to like,
yeah, dude. All of my videos feel like,
yeah,
for sure.
Well, I think we talked about New Year's resolutions, but I've officially nailed my New Year's resolution down, which is to write and film a short, actual short film.
Oh, yeah. Awesome!
Probably no longer than like 5 minutes. Nothing crazy.
Awesome.
But make a script, make the shot list, like the whole thing.
Dude.
So that's my New Year's resolution.
That's
the only thing I want to do all year.
Sick. Wow.
And it'll be sweet while we're filming with Fox, because I'll have plenty of time to write.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a great point. There's a lot of writing time in there.
Yeah.
Huh. I love that. Like, I've been editing my year recap video currently, which is something I love doing. It's just like so purely for me. But there is something so frustrating about just like you said, trying to collect. It's like you're digging through a pile, just like what do we got in here? Like, how can I use? It's like you're trying to build something with a pile of scrap rather than like buying exactly what you need to buy the thing. And both of those are rewarding, but they just create. If you build a couch out of a pile of scrap, it's going to be very different than if you built a couch with the intention of building a couch.
Totally. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
And so, yeah, the point is, like, right now, I'm having such a good time editing this year recap video, but it also has been very frustrating in the sense of, like, man, I'm getting pretty tired of just, like, digging through all of these times where I was just smashing the record button at random stuff and trying to find the good nuggets. I want just a timeline of what I wanted to make.
Yeah.
And mostly because I'm so sick of editing. Like, I hate editing. And I think I would enjoy editing so much more if all the editing was putting together the pieces that you planned in advance.
Agreed. Fully agreed. Yep. I was really nervous that this New York City thing, honestly, for either of us, it's like it's hard to even imagine it coming to fruition at this point, because it's like, God, we shot. I took all the B-roll selects, and there were 13 minutes of just like cut out sections of shots that I liked.
Wow.
I was like, what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way this is gonna turn into anything.
Oh my God.
And yeah, this one I just felt like, okay, I'll get through one more of these, and then from here on out, or at least like more so than not, I'm gonna start planning stuff.
Yeah. Dude, I've been in that year recap video. I've had to force myself to not just use shots from New York City. I'm like, this is a year recap video. It can't just be a New York City montage.
We got good stuff.
Yeah.
We got really good stuff in New York.
Yeah. So basically what that recap has ended up being instead is New York City clips and clips at Evil Empire with Jesse Driftwood. That's basically
Nice.
Yeah. That's basically
Dude, that's
the
a
year
good year.
recap.
I mean, that's a blessing of a year,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But
and also the fact that we went to 9 countries this year, but nothing
yeah,
really came of it.
I know. I have like no European shots in my year
I know.
recap, even though that was
Dude, I was looking
half of the year for us.
I was looking through during Paris, because when I made my Paris video, I was thinking of like building up to it with a bunch of other shots from other places. I was like, I might have 3 gigabytes of shots from other places we've been.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but
I know, it's so odd. You're just in such a different mindset when we're making those Fox videos, but
yeah. Dude, biggest first world problem, guys, ever right now.
Oh man.
It's like that's like the final boss of first world problems.
No kidding. Yeah, I didn't get any shots in all of the European countries that we went to this year.
And all 9 of them.
Oh man, no kidding. Man, I think we nailed it. I think we captured exactly what's in and out for 2023.
Yeah, we sure did, didn't we?
Do you have any final words for the real people that are now listening to this, since this is an actual podcast
deep.
now?
Yeah. I think the biggest advice I would have is, if you go to a karaoke night and they don't have a guy taking a cue, only do one song. Don't do more than one song. Nobody wants to see you do 2 songs. Funny when it's one, and then it immediately you become everyone's least favorite person if you try and do 2 in a row. You can do 2 over the course of the night, but if you do 2 in a row, that's against karaoke etiquette.
Wow.
Just stick to 1 at a time.
In this?
The only exception is if one of your homies comes up and he is insisting that you sing a song with him or her, then you could stay up for 2 songs. But you gotta let them take the lead. You're the backup singer on the next one.
Of course. Are you recommending this as a person who has experience in singing 2 songs in a row, or watching someone sing 2 songs in a row?
I'm not gonna say anything about why I'm saying this.
Okay.
You don't need to get into the nitty gritty here.
Okay.
But what I can tell you is that there are strict karaoke etiquette rules that must be followed, especially when you don't have a designated guy who picks who's going up next.
Ah, that's good.
It's good advice.
Yeah. Thanks for your
You're welcome.
thanks for your karaoke tips.
What is your advice?
My advice: don't ever give up on believing in magic. Don't stop believing in magic.
There's no such thing as magic.
The whole world is magic.
I say if you don't like this music, you don't be listening to it. You know I'm just a dude that you know, or something similar. If you don't keep it real, then you go somewhere but here, cause you know we're only losing control just for a minute. Oh,